Hello, my name is Ansh Soni, and for Global Goals Week 2023, I would like to present to you my project, the CERAinitiative. Here is the agenda for this presentation. Firstly, we'll talk about Global Goals Week, then we'll move on to about the speaker, and finally we will discuss about the project CERAinitiative. So, about Global Goals Week, an overview. What is the Global Goals Week? The Global Goals Week is an annual week of action, awareness, and accountability for the Sustainable Development Goals, also called the SDGs. The Global Goals Week have committed themselves to achieving the UN's SDGs. These are issues which the world collectively believes are the most pressing issues that humanity faces. They recognize the urgency of these issues that persists in millions, if not billions, of lives on a daily basis. They understand that the best time to act is in the present, and now that we are in the midway mark to complete our goals, we do not have a moment to lose. Why engage? The Global Goal Week only allows many people to develop ideas both individually and collectively. These ideas have the potential to be groundbreaking and can have the potential to change the future of the world, especially when it will be run by sustainable pioneers who are passionate about the SDGs. Together, we can engage in partnerships and work collaboratively through the Global Goals Week event, and we can promote global cooperation. In order to be able to change the world for the better, we need to unite and work together towards the betterment of the same important aim. By being a part of such a large organization and surrounded by like-minded pioneers for sustainability, this event will inspire thousands of people from all different backgrounds and age groups to join forces and fight for a greener future. About the speaker. Leadership and activities. Founder of CERAinitiative. For my Global Goals Week project and to provide people with the resources for carbon emission analytics, I developed and founded the CERAinitiative. Co-President of the Computer Science Society. I am one of two recently elected co-presidents of the newly founded Computing Society at school, AFS Global STEM Academy's alumni. After a 10-week online course and 1 month spent in India, I completed my journey of becoming an active global citizen and joined the alumni for the AFS Global STEM Academies. Volunteering at coding clubs. Over the course of the academic years, I volunteered to help students with their coding projects or teach children how to code, both in and out of school. Honors and awards. First robotics competition. Being part of the rookie team Zeta 9184, we participated in the first robotics competition. Long Island region was number 2 and won the Rookie All-Stars Award. Having competed in the Immerse Education essay competition, I was awarded a 50% scholarship to attend an artificial intelligence course. I have been studying violin for almost 12 years, and I have achieved grade 8 with distinction and won multiple national and local music competitions. I have also been studying the saxophone for 5 years, and I have achieved grade 8 with distinction too. About the project. Now I will be talking to you about my project, the CERAinitiative. The problem and its urgency. According to data from the Global Carbon Atlas, carbon emissions from fossil fuels and industry have been increasing continuously, with a record high of about 36.6 gigatons of CO2 in 2019. The increasing trend over the past few decades underscores the urgency to tackle this issue. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC, has presented strong evidence that links rising carbon emissions with global temperature increase. The last decade, 2011 to 2020, has been the hottest ever recorded. The World Bank predicts that if global temperatures continue to rise, over 100 million additional people could live in poverty by 2030. The consequences of climate change can adversely impact agriculture, water resources, and increase the frequency of extreme weather events, all of which can wreak havoc on economies. Increased carbon emissions can worsen air quality. A study published in the journal Nature in 2017 estimated that poor air quality, driven by increasing emissions, was linked to millions of premature deaths worldwide. Statistics from NASA's Vital Signs of the Planet indicate that global sea levels have risen about 8 inches in the last century. The rate in the last 2 decades is nearly double that of the last century, a clear sign of accelerating ice melt. Once we reach certain environmental tipping points, the damage can become irreversible. The Carbon Disclosure Project, CDP, reported that companies worldwide see climate change as a risk to their own operations. On the flip side, addressing carbon emissions proactively can result in the creation of new jobs and spur innovation. The solution: utilizing data and AI to generate predictive analytics and data-driven insights to analyze, understand, and predict carbon emissions, and thereby help governments and industries make informed decisions to mitigate the environmental impact. With data analytics and AI driving the fourth revolution, we believe that the answers to climate change problem lie within data and AI too. It is time to put them at the center and build on what we already know about causes and effects of carbon emissions. The CERAinitiative is set up to do just that. Our mission makes up for the four founding principles of the CURB framework. CURB. C. Using power of computers and artificial intelligence to collect and analyze data in a meaningful way. U. Understanding and interpreting data analyzed to generate predictive analytics and data insights. R. Reducing carbon emissions by creating awareness of impact of actions of communities locally and countries internationally. B. Building a sustainable future by recommending and encouraging governments and industries to make positive shifts to reduce the environmental impacts. The implementation framework. Data collection/collation. Gather the necessary data on carbon emissions, inflation rates, and other relevant metrics for the chosen economies. This can be sourced from government reports, international organizations, or other reliable sources. Data processing. Clean and pre-process the data collected to ensure its accuracy and consistency. Handle missing values, outliers, and any other data anomalies. Standardize the data to ensure comparability. Feature the engineering. Create meaningful features from the collected data that can enhance the predictive power of the mode. For instance, calculating emissions intensity to account for the effect of economic growth. Model selection. Select a suitable predictive analytics model, such as regression-based models or time series analysis methods, based on the project requirements. Consider the nature of the data and desired level of complexity in the analysis. Training and validating the data. Split the data into training and validation sets. Use the training data to train the selected model and tune its hyperparameters. Validate the performance using the validation set and adjust as needed. Comparative analysis. Select economies with similar growth patterns and macroeconomic policies as a basis for comparison. Normalize the data for the chosen use case to account for specific factors and ensure a fair comparison. Analysis and interpretation. Apply the trained model to the normalized data to predict carbon emissions for selected economies. Analyze the results and interpret the findings in terms of the impact of various factors, such as inflation and other metrics, on carbon emissions. Visualization and reporting. Create visualization, such as graphs, to present the analysis results in an easy, understandable way. Prepare a comprehensive report summarizing the analysis, including the methodology, findings, and recommendations. Prescriptive AI. Using data analytics and AI, evaluate the effect of current policies of governments and industries on carbon emissions. Using prescriptive AI, compare a new policy with current ones and utilize AI to aid governments in the changes to policy making that could affect carbon emissions. Iterative improvement. Evaluate the model's performance and assess any limitations or areas for improvement. Iteratively refine the mode, data collection process, and analysis techniques based on the feedback of new insights. The roadmap. Phase 1. Research and data collection. 1. Identification of relevant data sources for carbon emissions, inflation, and other pertinent metrics. 2. Gathering historical and real-time data on carbon emissions globally or regionally based on the scope of the project. 3. Ensuring data quality and integrity, handling missing or inconsistent data points. Phase 2. Data processing and preliminary analysis. 1. Data cleaning, normalization, and pre-processing for consistent analysis. 2. Exploratory data analysis to understand data trends, outliers, and distributions. 3. Comparative tests to assess differences or similarities across datasets or metrics. Phase 3. Model development and predictive analytics. 1. Building a predictive analytics model considering factors such as inflation and other identified metrics. 2. Training, validating, and testing the model on the collected data. 3. Iteratively refining the model for improved accuracy and reliability. Phase 4. Integration of prescriptive AI. 1. Developing algorithms that not only predict but also suggest actions to mitigate carbon emissions. 2. Incorporating policy driven and strategy based inputs into the AI system for actionable recommendations. 3. Testing the prescriptive AI's recommendations against historical decisions and their outcomes for validation. Phase 5. Insights and recommendations. 1. Using the developed models and AI to analyze current carbon emission trends and their future impact. 2. Generating actionable insights and strategy recommendations. 3. Packaging insights into a comprehensive report with visualizations and easy to understand interpretations. Phase 6. Stakeholder engagement and advocacy. 1. Organizing workshops or webinars to present findings to governments, industries, and other relevant stakeholders. 2. Establishing partnerships for collaborative efforts to implement recommendations. 3. Advocating for policy changes or implementations based on the derived insights. Phase 7. Iterative improvement and feedback loop. 1. Monitoring the implementation of recommendations and gathering feedback. 2. Reanalyzing data, considering the implemented recommendations to measure the impact. 3. Iteratively refining models, strategies, and recommendations based on real-world results and feedback. Phase 8. Review and future planning. 1. Annual or biannual review of the project's impact and success metrics. 2. Planning for scaling or expanding the project scope. 3. Updating stakeholders with progress and future plans. Carbon emissions reduction. The project seeks to analyze carbon emissions and provide insights to help governments and industries make informed decisions to reduce emissions. By identifying key factors such as inflation and other metrics, the project aims to develop strategies and policies that effectively mitigate the environmental impact of carbon emissions. Sustainability. By utilizing predictive analytics and data-driven insights, the project aims to contribute to the development of effective policies and strategies that promote sustainability. This includes identifying opportunities for improvement, optimizing resource allocation, and encouraging sustainable practices in various sectors. Environmental stewardship. The project's goal is to provide comprehensive analysis and recommendations that enable governments and industries to act as responsible environmental stewards. By understanding the impact of carbon emissions and implementing data-driven strategies, the project aims to help protect the environment for future generations. Actionable insights. By conducting comparative tests, normalizing data, and integrating prescriptive AI, the project seeks to generate actionable insights. These insights can help stakeholders make more informed decisions and take effective actions to reduce carbon emissions and mitigate environmental impact. Policymaking. Leveraging actionable insights can help policymakers get a deeper insight into the way modern industrialization, current policies, and socioeconomic impact are having on carbon emissions. Policymakers can make informed decisions and pass bills relevant to the point-in-time necessities. Global cooperation. By sharing the past experiences, findings of data analytics, and creating awareness of the impacts of actions and policies of governments and industries on carbon emissions, we can increase global cooperation, without which none of the challenges humans face today would be eradicated completely. Bridging the technological gap. Developed countries can share technologies, infrastructure, and equipment with underdeveloped countries. Underdeveloped countries can then use these items to collect and share data on carbon emissions for further analysis and generate meaningful, actionable insights. The Ask. Global Goals Week is an annual week-long event that amplifies actions and mobilizes efforts around the 17 Sustainable Development Goals set by the United Nations in 2015. It focuses on driving action, building momentum, and holding governments accountable in achieving these goals by 2030. Here's how Global Goals Week can support the mission of CERAinitiative. Networking opportunities. Green Goals Week attracts experts, policymakers, and stakeholders from various fields. Attending or participating in Green Goals Week can help my organization connect with potential partners, collaborators, and experts who can provide valuable insights and resources for the project. Raising awareness. By being part of Green Goals Week, I can leverage the global platform to raise awareness about the importance of predictive analytics in analyzing carbon emissions and driving environmental changes. Sharing best practices. Green Goals Week is a hub for sharing innovative ideas and solutions. The organization can benefit from learning about best practices, technological advancements, and innovative strategies that others are employing to address similar challenges. Access to resources. Many NGOs, institutions, and other organizations that are a part of Green Goals Week might have research, funding opportunities, or tools that can help my organization achieve its objectives. Strengthening advocacy. Green Goals Week can help amplify my voice when advocating for data-driven decision-making in environmental policy. A collective and unified voice is often more persuasive in influencing governments and industries. SDG alignment. My organization's mission aligns with several SDGs, particularly SDG 13, climate action. By associating with Green Goals Week, I can highlight my contributions towards achieving this particular global goal, enhancing credibility and gaining international recognition. Feedback and iteration. Presenting my findings, methodologies, and recommendations during Green Goals Week can provide me with feedback from a diverse audience, helping to refine and iterate on my strategies. Collaborative research opportunities. Interacting with other organizations during Green Goals Week can lead to joint research projects combining strengths to tackle broader challenges related to carbon emissions and sustainability. Policy influence. Green Goals Week often attracts representatives from governments worldwide. This produces a unique opportunity to showcase my data, insights, and recommendations directly to policymakers, influencing their decisions at a higher level. Support for implementation. By showcasing the tangible benefits and results of the organization's efforts, I might attract the support, both in terms of resources and collaboration, for implementing the solutions and recommendations I propose. In summary, Global Goals Week offers a comprehensive platform for organizations like CERAinitiative to accelerate their mission, forge strategic partnerships, and drive global change towards a sustainable future. Thank you for listening to my presentation on the CERAinitiative for the Global Goals Week 2023.